You are Locked On Dodgers Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Los Angeles on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Well. Another anemic, lackluster performance by a not very good team. The Dodgers just about to lose to the Oakland A's, who are 45-65. Dodgers now 63-47. You know, the last few days, as the Dodgers have been going through this funk, I've been like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what's wrong. I feel like I do know what to do, and I also have come to some clarity on what's wrong, and we'll get into that here in just a little bit. I'm Pete Fox, covering sports in LA, dating back to 2007 for ESPN LA and NBC Sports Radio. Thanks for watching us here on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel, the place to hang out when every game is done. You can also listen to us on the Locked On Dodgers podcast feed. Usually you make Jeff and Vince your first listen as an everydayer. We appreciate that. And then you join me to break down the game as your second listen of the day, which is what we do after almost every game. I think we got 53 more to go after this loss, unless they miraculously start hitting the ball, which I do not see happening. Tonight's episode of the Locked On Dodgers Postcast is brought to you by FanDuel. Tell you more about FanDuel. Make every moment more as playoffs are winding down in other sports. If the sports stop sportsing like you want them to, this summer you check out FanDuel. They're hooking up all customers with a boost or a bonus daily. That's right. There's something for everyone every day, all summer long. Visit FanDuel.com to get started. Here's what's wrong with the Dodgers right now. They're not very good offensively, and it puts too much pressure, in my opinion, on the pitching staff. It feels like they have to be almost perfect. Like they can't afford to allow a run because the offense is not going to get it done. And then it's funny, the thought that popped into my mind as the Dodgers have two on here in the ninth inning with two outs. Guys like Will Smith are really good hitters. You know, I've talked about how much I like Will Smith. I think he's a very good hitter. We know Shohei Ohtani is a good hitter, as is Teoscar Hernandez. But specifically for Will Smith, and I think for a little bit of the other guys as well, they have to be thinking, hey, we can't do it all, right? We need some help. And then they start pressing and pushing and trying to, hit bad pitches, and there's no momentum. These guys feel like it's all on their shoulders. Shohei Ohtani has just absolutely fallen asleep of late. What is he now? 0 for his last 15, 0 for 4 tonight. Came up in a really good position, bases loaded. What did he do? Swung at a bad pitch on the outside part of the plate and rolled over it. That's not what good hitters do. You don't swing at bad pitches, and if you do, you hit it the other way, especially when it's on the outside part of the plate. I know Shohei Ohtani is strong enough to take that pitch on the outside part of the plate and still pull it, but it was a bad pitch. And then right before it, Andy Pages, as a pinch hitter comes up, watches two good pitches right down Main Street, and then swings at a bad one. Did Shohei Ohtani just freaking hit a 3-run home run? He did. Oh my goodness. What are we going to do here, people? BC, answer me this question. Nando, I know you guys are both there. The Dodgers win this game. Can I take credit for being a naysayer? Oh my goodness. Where did Shohei Ohtani hit that pitch? He was probably hitting that home run right as I was disparaging him. 405 feet, four-seam fastball up and away. Like, that's exactly what I just said, didn't I? Shohei Ohtani can hit that ball up and away, but he doesn't. He hasn't been, and then he did it. Oh, wait, that's up and in. Sorry. I always get confused on that little box in the play-by-play in the box score. I was up and in. Ah, man. This is interesting all of a sudden. I guess the good news is that even if they lose this game, a nice little rally, the bottom of the ninth, gives you a little bit of confidence, a little bit of energy, right? But the fact is that the reality is, and I believe Jess brought this up. Mendoza was on the call tonight with Steven, what's his last name? Steven Nelson. He was saying, and Mendoza was agreeing, that it feels like a lot of these guys are just kind of looking over their shoulder, waiting for the Dodgers to get healthy. Nando, I don't think I'm trash talking Ohtani. I'm just calling it like I see it. Nando says, Pete, keep trash talking Ohtani so he hits another home run. I was just, look, you can't argue with 0 for 15. I didn't make those numbers up. I didn't produce those numbers. Shohei did. But he got up tonight in the bottom of the ninth or top of the ninth with 2 on and went deep, 400 plus feet. Good for him. Congratulations. It's about freaking time. Home run number 34 for him. 33. All right. Good job. Way to go, Shohei. It's about time. The thing that I want a little bit more from Shohei Ohtani that I just don't think we're ever going to get is a guy that is a inspiring presence. He leads by example, and that's good, but I don't think he's ever the kind of guy that's going to get in anyone's face and, get them fired up and have them play better. It's gone final 6-5. Dodgers lose to the A's. Yuck. Still yuck. Little yes, little less stinky, but still a bad one. That's a fart in church right there, man. Come on. Can't lose to the A's, for crying out loud. The A's, who are a team that have the most runs via the home run in all of baseball. I feel like at times that's who the Dodgers want to be. We just score by home runs. If we don't hit home runs, we don't score. 5 runs tonight, all via the home run. I believe the Dodgers are 4th in all of baseball in home runs, and the A's are right there with them. 20 games under 500. Now 19 after the win. Dodgers 63 of 47. 11 of their last 13 road games in the loss column. You know what else is going to make me feel a whole lot better about the way this Dodger team is playing? My perception of this team. Start of the season, we all had very high expectations. This team's going to win 110 games, if not more. And then you guys started putting up the numbers. At this pace, we'll win 100, 98, whatever. Could one of you guys do that number for me? I think it was Craig. Where's Craig tonight? Somebody go find Craig. He always throws up that number. What's the projection? I don't know how you do that. What's the projection for the Dodger total wins? Anyway, it's way under what everyone thought it was going to be. And this, at this point, we're still just like hoping that they can get healthy, feeling pretty confident that they're going to make the playoffs, but you just don't know. Anything's freaking possible. The way the Padres are playing, the way the Diamondbacks are playing, they're both 4 back. They're both in nice little winning streaks. Dodgers on a 3-game losing streak now. And all it feels like they're doing is sitting around waiting for all these guys to get healthy. Yamamoto, get Freddie back, get Mookie back. It just seems like there's nobody taking advantage of this opportunity. The guys that aren't going to be regular starters once these guys get back. Nick Ahmed is not very good. It's not terrible. He's a good defender, but he's not very good at the plate. Kiermaier, he's okay, I guess. I thought you guys were kind of excited about Kiermaier. I'm not sure why. I don't see it. Under 200. He's old. He's retiring at the end of this year. It's like his swan song. So maybe that's their motivation. Win one for Kiermaier. I don't know. Biggio, not very good. Dodgers got a bunch of guys, not very good. Jason Hayward, not very good. Ahmed Rosario, I don't really know. He's batting over 300, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. James Outman, not very good. He was lucky that he got hit tonight. So the Dodgers got a bunch of guys playing baseball on a daily basis right now who are not very good. So we'll have to just kind of hold our breath, look at this team in a different light for the next 2 or 3 weeks. Hey, they're a 500 team at best right now. If they can stay around 500 over the next 2 or 3 weeks, I feel like we'll be doing okay. But you need to get some of these hitters back. We got to get Mookie back in there. I feel like it's been way beyond 5 weeks. How long has he been out? And Dave Roberts is not doing the best, but he's not. I don't think it's his fault, Nando. I'm sorry. It's fire Dave Roberts, fire Andrew Friedman, fire Jessica Mendoza. I think I'm literally the only person who likes Jess Mendoza other than her husband and family. I don't know why you guys hate Jess Mendoza so much. She knows the game. Forget about the fact that she's a woman. She knows baseball. I think she's just chill. She's cool. I don't know why you guys don't like her. And you can't fire Friedman, Nando. He's the boss. No one's firing Friedman, but I'm with you. If they were to say, hey, this is going south fast and we need to make a big splash of a change, and they fired Dave Roberts, I think that would wake everybody up. But they're not going to, because there's too many guys banged up. They're all sitting around waiting. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Wait till we get everyone back. You know, it's like you're in a fight and you got some buddies that know how to fight, but they're not there yet. And you're just like, you're dancing around, you're pushing the guy. Just wait. I got some help. I got some backup coming. That's what the Dodgers are acting like. We got backup coming. Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't show up too late, because you're 4 games ahead of the Padres and the Diamondbacks. Some of these guys need to wake up and go, hey, we can't just sit here and rest on our laurels and wait for these other guys to return. We need to play ball now. We need to reestablish some momentum and build this lead back up. 6-5 the final tonight. Shohei made it interesting with a homer in the 9th, but it wasn't enough. I'm Pete Fox. This is the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel. You can also listen to us on the Locked On Dodgers podcast feed. That's where you find Jeff and Vince doing the daily podcast. You make them your first listen and you make me your second listen. And we thank you all for being everydayers and joining us here on the Locked On Podcast Network. Tonight's episode of the Locked On Dodgers postcast is brought to you by FanDuel. You know I love sports. I love them so much that I never want them to stop. Right now is a great time because we got the Olympics almost, all day long. Just about any time you turn the TV on, there is something to watch, something to root for, and I don't care what it is in the Olympics, I'm in. I watched a good amount of badminton and ping pong today. Tried to watch equestrian, but they didn't have it on, even though I claimed they did. Unfortunately, I don't think you can wager on equestrian or ping pong. If you can, I wouldn't know how to do it, but I did wager on tennis, and that's always good. So if sports aren't sportsing the way you want them to, head to FanDuel and keep the sports going whenever you want. All you have to do is open the app and dream up bets anytime you are in the mood. This summer, FanDuel is hooking up all customers with a booster or bonus daily. That's right. There's something for everyone every day, all summer long. So head to FanDuel.com and start making the most of your summer. FanDuel is the official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. Tonight's show also brought to you by Supply House. Get supplies from the site that's made for the skilled trade. SupplyHouse.com. SupplyHouse.com is the reliable way to order plumbing, HVAC, and electrical products. Their easy-to-use website is packed with helpful resources about those products and all the information you need to get the job done right. Shop a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from over 400 top brands and get your order delivered right to your door with fast shipping from coast to coast. Need help with an order? Get expert support and industry-leading service from the friendliest folks in the business and talk to a real person every time. And they don't make you wait forever to do that. Get a real person on the line very quickly. Pros and skilled trades can get a competitive edge by joining supplyhouse.com's free trade master program. Every trade master gets access to a dedicated phone line from shipping, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Join the thousands of trade pros already benefiting from their free membership at supplyhouse.com/TM and order plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies from anywhere with just a few clicks at supplyhouse.com. All right, 6-5 the final tonight as the Dodgers have dropped 3 in a row and 11 of 13 on the road. As for tonight's Diamond Dogs list, started off pretty good, but again, got rolling early and then just, fell asleep, put the bats down and said, we're good. That's it. 2 runs is all we need. Teoscar Hernandez in the first inning, a 2-run home run, 383-footer. It came on a 2-2 fastball, his 23rd of the year. For number 4, Gavin Lux, continuing to get on base, continuing to hit the ball, make things happen. Single in the first. He scored on the Teoscar Hernandez home run. And for number 3, leadoff double for Rosario, returning to the Dodgers. His first at bat since his return came in the 7th inning. Of course, nothing came of that. The Dodgers left him stranded. And for number 2 and 1, Shohei Ohtani, a 3-run job in the top of the 9th, 403 feet, his 33rd homer of the year. As for Gavin Stone, started off really good command, good control, had the changeup working. At times it looked like a curveball. He had 5 strikeouts, 4-seam change. And he had a lot of first pitch strikes, which was the thing that I think we liked about what he was doing early on. He was getting ahead. It wasn't falling behind and having to battle. And then all of a sudden it all went to hell in a handbasket in the 4th inning or the 5th inning. Couldn't get out of the 5th. Gave up 5 runs on 8 hits because Joe Kelly served up a deep ball. So Gavin Stone leaves with the loss now, 9-5 through 84 pitches, gave up 2 home runs. As I said, struck out 5, ERA now 3.63. Joe Kelly did not look great. Got through the inning, 12 pitches, but he gave up a home run, had 1 strikeout, and the ERA now 4.19. Evan Phillips came in, struck out the side. Maybe there's something there. Maybe we can get Evan Phillips back into the rotation in a little bit more high leverage situation. I don't know. As I said, it feels like his head is causing more issues than his arm. And if his head's in the way, that's a problem. But, maybe he can figure out how to work through this issue. 3 strikeouts today, 12 pitches. Daniel Hudson, zeros across the board, just 8 pitches. And then Bonda in the 8th inning gave up 1 hit and 1 strikeout, 17 pitches. So the bullpen did okay, but it really felt like that point the game was long gone. Like it didn't feel like they were playing for anything. It just was like, this game's over. They were phoning it in. They weren't trying. What'd they go 0 for 15 at one point, if not more. So they got some walks. As I said, James Outman got hit by a pitch. They loaded the bases. Then Teo came up at one point in the 6th with 2 on, worked the count full. It was a nice at bat. He wasn't up there, swinging at bad pitches early, worked the count full. And then, swung at a bad pitch, struck out, slider on the outside half, just like Pajes. Watched 2 good balls, kind of, they were sliders. They weren't too terribly tough up and in. They were good balls to pull down the line. Watched both of those. And then, that pitcher, Adams, was a slider pitcher and threw that slider on the outside half. And of course, Pajes offered at it. So struck out and left the bases loaded. Actually, no, he didn't. He struck out there. Then Shohei came up and rolled over on that one to leave the bases loaded. But did Pajes get on there? No, he was over. So, yeah, there's just not a lot of good batters on this team right now. There's not a lot of people that are providing inspiration, momentum, energy. I really just feel like they're not a good team right now. And you can't put it all on Shohei and Will Smith because they aren't the type of personality to be like, all right, let's get on my back. Let's go. I don't think Shohei's that guy. Shohei's not going to get in anyone's face. Shohei's not going to inspire anyone by saying, hey, let's go, guys. Come on. He's not a rah guy. He's very mild mannered and quiet. And I think, he's doing the best that he can, although he's struggling as well. Teoscar also too nice a guy. I don't think Teoscar's the kind of guy that's going to get in someone's face to try to inspire them to say, hey, we got to pick it up now. We cannot wait for all of the reinforcements to come back. Now is the time. But, you can't beat the A's. I don't know what to think, giving up home runs to the A's. I know they hit home runs a lot. As I said, they are the leader in the category of most runs scored by home runs. This catcher guy, Langoliers, they call him Bangoliers. He has 70 some hits and 22 home runs. His average is like 212. I mean, wouldn't we all feel great if like we had something like that? I mean, it's kind of remarkable. I'm sure it's frustrating at times, but for a bad team, they hit a lot of home runs. Too bad the Dodgers can't hit a few more. But they hit a lot of home runs too. Just right now, they're not getting on base. So it's like it's just not enough. And then you stress the bullpen, too much pressure on all the pitchers because the offense is kind of flat right now. Just it's like they're not scratching each other's back. That's the biggest problem. This is the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel. I'm Pete Fox, covering sports in LA dating back to 2007. And, came into this season feeling like, hey, this is a different year, right? The Dodgers are going to make a run. Added some big time talent. The one thing that always hangs over teams' heads, not just in baseball, in any sport, health. And the Dodgers they're in it right now. They're dealing with the injury bug. And, it's not easy. It's not something you get over just by the blink of an eye. Next man up, if you have that mentality and it works out to your benefit, those are the kind of teams that win World Series, right? If this team got hot right now without Shohei, without Mookie, without Freddie, without Yamamoto, and those guys all come back while they're rolling, look out. Steam train rolling downhill. So that's why I'm a little frustrated right now. But as I said, I'm changing my perspective. Dodgers are a 500 team to me. And if they can keep 500 up over the next 2 or 3 weeks, I'll be excited. We'll take the final break, come back, and try to find a few more positives in this one. It's the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel. All right, a new sponsor here on the Locked On Dodgers postcast, Liquid IV. Blast off with the iconic summer flavor of popsicle firecracker or a festive blend of citrus-fueled lemon, lime, tart, cherry, and raspberry flavors. Find all your favorite flavors on their website, from acai berry and lemon lime to pina colada. Tear, pour, live more. 1 stick plus 16 ounces of water hydrates better than water alone. Powered by Live Hydroscience, an optimized ratio of electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients that turn ordinary water into extraordinary hydration. 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink. 8 essential vitamins and nutrients. Always no GMO, vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, and soy-free. I played a little golf today. It was right around 100. And I always, when it's around 100 or more, I overhydrate. And my wife got some of these things. I'm not sure it's this exact product, but I think it is. She didn't like the taste of them. So she's like, here, you want these? And I'm like, yeah. So I put it in the water, and it really does keep you from getting dehydrated and run down. You continue to have energy in spite of it being 100 plus. Unfortunately, when I was in Phoenix playing on Monday, I did not have them with me, and we only made it through 9 holes, and I nearly passed out carrying my bag from the golf cart to the truck. So it definitely helps. It works. It's the real deal, and it is worth it. No more thirsty summers when you indulge in hydration with Liquid IV. Get 20% off your first order of Liquid IV when you go on the liquidiv.com and use the code MLB at checkout. That's 20% off your first order when you shop Better Hydration today using the promo code MLB at liquidiv.com. All right, Dodgers fall. They dropped 3 in a row. A's win it 6-5. A's scored all their runs via the home run as well. Langoliers a solo shot, 431 feet. Brown, a 402-footer. Both of those came in the fourth. Actually, no, Andujar tripled to score a run, and then Blade doubled. I forgot about those two. That was the fifth inning. That made it 4-2. And then Rooker, a 419-footer. That was the one off of Joe Kelly. Blade aboard there. That made it 6-2. And then the Ohtani homer in the ninth for the Dodgers got them to within one. But that would be as close as they got. I think this team right now is just trying to tread water. They're trying to just weather the storm, if you will. And that's just not good enough. But I don't feel like they care. I don't feel like anyone is terribly worried about this team. I feel like, yeah, whatever. We'll get back on track. Like, I did appreciate, speaking of Shohei not being the kind of guy who could be a vocal leader or Teoscar. I know these guys are veterans and all, but they just don't, to me, come off like the guy that's going to inspire anybody. But Will Smith, maybe he could step into that role. I saw on Instagram, he made a comment today, something, to the effect of, we're going to be fine. We're the Dodgers. And I'm like, I think I need a little bit more than that. Give me more. I appreciate the sentiment. I really do. Yeah. Okay, cool. You're trying to keep the confidence up. You're trying to get guys, inspired that aren't necessarily regular players. But all of these guys have played on a regular basis. They're just not having good seasons. Hayward, Outman, Pages is okay, I guess, but he's struggling down to 240. Nick Ahmed, not necessarily known as an offensive guy. They acquired him because Rojas is on the IL, so they needed a shortstop. They needed a defender, and he's good at that. Kiermaier, a lot of us are confused as to why they made that deal for an old guy who's retiring. Like, what? We got plenty of outfielders. We don't need more outfielders that bat under 200. Kike is great. I love Kike. He's versatile. He can play all over the place, gets base hits, but he's not a great hitter. He's okay. He can be clutch. We've seen him be clutch. But for him to be an everyday guy that you want 260 out of, not going to happen. Not a home run guy. He does hit them, but he's not a big-time home run guy. I love his approach. I love his attitude, but he's just not a good enough hitter. 199 right now. Got a hit today and a run scored on the home run. Kevin Biggio, he's filling in okay for Freddie, but he's not very good. It's a good question, Manuel. Has Shohei Ohtani ever hit a walk-off home run? I feel like that came up recently, and he had not ever hit one with the Angels, but I feel like he's hit one with the Dodgers. Let's use the old Googler. A walk-off homer. Ohtani hit a first walk-off homer as a Dodger. Yeah, he had one with the Dodgers, but I don't think he ever had one. May 19th, 2024. Did not ever have one with the Angels because they kind of made a big point about that when he hit that one for the Dodgers. So there you go. Good question. Would have been nice, but I don't think there was there wasn't any. He needed one more person on base, and that would have only tied the game. So they would have had to work their way all the way back around for him to hit a. Wouldn't have been able to hit a walk off because they were in Oakland. So why did you ask that question? You got me all sidetracked. But Manuel agrees with me here. Zero inspiration from Roberts. It doesn't seem like he does any sort of rah-rah. Like, let's go. Come on. Like, get in someone's face. The old throw the bats in the shower like in Bull Durham. You know, I feel like I brought that analogy up during the Clippers season when they were losing games they should be winning at very important, crucial time of the season. And I feel like the same thing is true here with the Dodgers, that they need that moment. You know, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, throw the bats on the floor. You lollygag to first base. You lollygag around the infield. You know, what does that make him? Lollygagger, sir. That whole thing, you know, fire him up. Somebody needs to be embarrassed. Make somebody an example. I don't know who. Somebody, right? Right now is a time when the Dodgers, a crucial time for this team, where these guys, the subs, if you will, that aren't named Ohtani, Hernandez, and Will Smith, Gavin Lux, those 4 guys that are absorbing all of the pressure right now. Gavin Lux is not a 3-hitter for this team. He should be down at 7, 8, bottom of the lineup, anchoring the bottom of the lineup, but they don't have anybody else to anchor the bottom of the lineup. So they got to move him up in the lineup. So when, you know, these 3 or 4 guys at the top of the lineup have too much pressure on them to keep this whole team afloat. You know, some of these other guys need to step up and go, I'm your guy. I don't know who it is because I don't have any confidence in any of them, but all we can do at this point is hope that somebody steps up and hope the guys get healthy and get back out there. Good news for tomorrow. Jack Flaherty makes his debut for the Dodgers as they will once again take on the A's at the Coliseum right around 6:40 as the Dodgers try to snap this 3-game skid. That's going to do it for tonight's edition of the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel. Thanks you guys for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks as always for the comments. You can always listen wherever you find your podcasts on the Locked On Dodgers podcast feed. That's where you find Jeff and Vince, who break it down Monday through Friday. Have a good night. We will talk again tomorrow.